Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Aditya Satpathy. Sorry for the delay. So from today onwards, we'll deep dive into testing concept like SDLC, STLC, Agile, Kanban, and all these topics. So before going to those topics, I would say if anyone looking for any different career track like DevOps or data engineer, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I would like to make videos all these related topics also because recently I cleared the AWS Cloud Practitioner certificate. I have all the notes related to that, and I have the videos and I have handwritten document for that also. And yesterday only I enrolled to one data engineer concept with Azure and Databricks and all these topics. So I would happy to make video on that. So starting from today, we'll deep dive into SDLC and what all the different models are there in SDLC. So what is SDLC? So as the name suggests, like the name abbreviation is Software Development Lifecycle, and it's a process where a software is being developed from the top to bottom. Okay. So what I mean top to bottom, I will say in the next model, like whatever is available in SDLC, it is called waterfall model. Okay, so waterfall model is like suppose as the name suggests, it is like a waterfall. It always walk from the top to bottom. So what I mean top to bottom, in waterfall model there are processes. Okay, so there are process like starting from our requirement collection. So requirement collection, what happens here in a company, in any company, there are different people like business analyst, product owner, and product master. All these peoples will be there. Okay, so they will go to our client, whoever is the client, they will go to the particular client. They will get the requirement like business requirement. So they will convert the business requirement into software requirement. So these all these topics, all these things will happen in the requirement collection. Okay, so after requirement collection, basically I will do one thing. I will just mark it like for your reference. I'll just create like it will be easy to understand. BA and so normally these all are uh, or as you can say short forms of this thing, BA and SMs. Okay, Scrum Masters and product owner, POs. Okay, we call as BA, SMs and PO in normal IT terminology. So once the requirement is collected, then it comes to our next process. It's like feasibility study. So what I mean by feasibility study? Okay, so basically, as I told, the different people of the company like BA, SMs, and PO. Apart from this, there will be involved project manager and architecture who will be responsible for this feasibility study. Along with BA, SMs, and PO, project manager and architecture will be responsible for the feasibility study. So what I mean by feasibility study? So it happens again in different forms. Okay, so if I say what I mean by different forms, there is the three different feasibility study will happen in any company. So first say, okay, so first it will come to technical feasibility check. Okay, technical feasibility check. So what I mean by technical feasibility check? So basically here architecture will sit with the all these team people like BASMs and POs and PMs. PMs means in project manager. Okay, so they will sit together and they will see the like how we can implement in the real time. Like is the all the component, and component means suppose a login module is there. Okay, so login module with the login button and all this thing is how compatible are they, and what technology, what tech stack we can use in that particular project. They will check all this in this process, technical feasibility check. Okay, then comes to financial feasibility check. Okay, okay, so here basically all sit together with VPs and all. They will analyze the budget, like what's the proposed budget and what's the expected budget, what's the actual budget. All these things they will decide and they will pitch to the client. Okay. Then coming to resource feasibility. Okay. Resource feasibility. So basically, all the project managers and SMs and POs will be sit together and they will analyze how many resources are there and how many resources are uh, uh, how many resources are like tagged to different project and how many resources are can work parallelly to this project. Okay, they will do an resource feasibility check. Okay, so after this process we have different process, like now it come to design. Okay, what I mean by design. Okay, so here the architecture and senior developer will sit together and will design the architecture. Like design also happens in two phases, like high level design, what you call as HLD, and low level design, what we call as LLD. So in high level design, what happens, the architecture will create the architecture using, after the feasibility study they will decide which language, which tech stack they will use. Then in that basis architecture will design the framework. Okay, and the senior developer also will contribute that, like what should be the architecture and what is the parameter they should use, and what tech stack they should use. Then all this process will happen in the HLD. Okay, in LLD, like senior developer will decide, they will start implementing the particular component and the particular module in small parts. Okay, it's not like they will directly start writing the code, yeah, but they will create one architecture, one infra type of thing. Okay, this will happen in the LLD. Okay, so after design, the next phase comes to picture like coding. So here the main process starts, like as we all know, the in this phase the coding will start for the particular application. Here the basically the roles and responsibility for the developers, the senior developers and all the junior developer will be part of this phase, and they will start coding for the particular module and component. Okay, next coming to next page, our testing. Okay, so here our work starts. Okay, like here all these people, like manual QAs and automation QAs, all these people will be available and will start the testing phase. Okay, from the testing phase, after testing phase is over, once we find the defect and all these things, so here our comes to what we call testing and maintenance. Okay, so here once the testing phase is done, once we found all the defect and all, so we'll install the product in our client location. Okay, so once the client location, we have installed all the product in the client location, client will test the particular application as like he have provided the requirement. He will test along with the actual result what he want to see in that particular application. So once the installation process is done, we have a process called maintenance. Okay, so here what happens, so once we install the product in client machine, so client will test like with particular users, that we can call as a UAT also, user acceptance testing. Like here the client will test with their particular members, like how the product works, how the things is happening. So like that way, then he will find some defect. Like remember, like 100% testing is not possible for any product, so we client might occur with some defects, that again we have to fix it in our testing phase. But yeah, so this is the SDLC process. Okay, So the main advantage of the SDLC process is if the product is small and the not in that product there is no major changes required once the requirement is collected, or there is no frequent changes requirement, then we can go for the SDLC process like waterfall model. Okay, so if the product is very complex and if we need more testing, so a waterfall model is not prescribed for that particular application, because the main disadvantage of this particular model is, so main disadvantage of this particular process is, so backtracking is not possible. So what I mean by backtracking, okay, so backtracking is not possible. So what I mean by backtracking, suppose once we come to requirement collection, feasibility study, design, coding, testing, installation, maintenance. So here if I find the bug, then we cannot go to the testing phase. Okay. So that's why I meant by backtracking. So and testing starts. What I mean by this, so suppose see here requirement collection there is no testing happened, and feasibility study there is no testing and QA people involved. In design also QA people are not involved. In coding also design QA people are not involved. So normally in requirement collection QA should be available, because QA perspective is like a customer perspective, like they will think how customer might use that particular application. That's why the defect might come in this requirement collection itself, like once the customer said all the input data, like how the customer should use the application, there should be some requirement collection gap also. Okay, so there might be some defect occurred in this phase only. So the defect come to then feasibility study, then coming to design, then coding, then in testing we don't know, like as per the requirement we saw like yeah the application is working fine as per the requirement, but that particular requirement is not there as per the client. Okay, so in this process testing starts very late. Okay, so that's why we normally don't prefer the waterfall model. Okay, so yeah, this is it for the waterfall model, and we'll learn in the next video like what is spiral model. And so yeah, I will say like for suppose which type of application we can go for the waterfall model. So I would suggest one, suppose small application like this document sorry, my bad. So you can say like one small calculator application. Okay, here there are, we know all this concept like plus minus and division, multiplication, then there should not be any major changes. Okay, so we can go for the waterfall model. But if you come to like one banking application where the requirement changes will be happen very frequently, so we cannot go for the waterfall model. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And please feel free to ping me if you have any doubt, and if you want to know more about any different topics like cloud or data engineer, please comment down and I will help you for sure. And that's it from my side. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.